A new LEGO game is finally on its way in LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. Today I'm attempting to make the ultimate guide to the new LEGO Batman, and this video is going to include everything from locations to customization, new gameplay details, the Batmobiles, appearances, combat mechanics, playable characters, and everything you need to know about the new LEGO Batman.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Also, I'm going to be posting a second LEGO Batman video to my LEGO channel, Bombastic, so if you haven't subscribed to me over there, go and do that. That's going to be 10 things you might have missed in the new LEGO Batman. But for now, let's do this. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Also, if you have any questions about the new LEGO Batman or anything you know about the game that I don't, please leave them in the comments and maybe I'll get to them in a future video. But first of all, let's get the basics out of the way. LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight is an open-world action-adventure LEGO game from TT Games. It's been 3 years since we had the last LEGO game from TT Games, which was LEGO Star Wars Skywalker Saga, and the new LEGO Batman is building on the Skywalker Saga in some ways, but not others. I'll explain what I mean by that in a bit. But basically with this game, they're aiming to make the comprehensive Batman game, and I don't only mean LEGO Batman. This might be the largest, most impressive Batman game ever made because it's supposed to be inspired by decades of Batman's 80+ years of television, films, comic books, games, and more. You'll be playing through elements of Batman's journey from all the way when he was a kid, when his parents were tragically killed, to him becoming the Dark Knight in the Christopher Nolan films, and everything else in between. Now, in terms of playable characters, the new LEGO Batman game is doing something incredibly different to all other LEGO games that released in the past, and that's because there's only going to be something like 7 playable characters when the game launches. LEGO games for the longest time have been known for their insane roster of playable characters, being usually in the hundreds. So why is the new LEGO Batman game only going to have 7 playable characters? Well, the developers seem to be really emphasizing that each of these playable characters are going to have a very distinctive style of play, and they've put a lot more work into the depth of each of these characters, making them feel a lot more unique. The playable characters at the time of launch include the Batman, Jim Gordon, Catwoman, Robin, who eventually becomes Nightwing, who's a separate playable character, Batgirl, and Talia al Ghul, and that's it. I've heard rumors of there being more down the line, or perhaps they have plans to add more to the game after launch. Not so sure about that, but each of these playable characters is supposed to support Batman in some way, have their own distinctive playstyle, lots of different suit and appearance options, upgrades their abilities, and essentially have their own personality.
Who's the man behind the mask?
Look, here we are, 2 completely separate people. Hey, Batman! Hey, how's it going?
And this brings me to combat in the new LEGO Batman. It's so obvious by the design that this game is somewhat of a spiritual successor to the Arkham series of games. You can see this not only in the combat, but also in some of the puzzles and world traversal, which I'll get to in a bit. But Batman himself has a number of different gadgets, all for different things, which will unlock and progressively upgrade as you play through the game. Some of these include explosive gel, the Batarang, which can be used in both combat and to solve puzzles, Batclaw, which can be used to pull enemies towards Batman, and also the Grapple, which can be used for world traversal. Other gadgets for other characters include Jim Gordon's foam sprayer, which also helps for puzzles and for hindering enemies. Robin has a line launcher, which I'm assuming is also for traversal, and Catwoman has a whip for whipping. And I believe that skills, fighting moves, and gadgets in the game will have their own kind of skill tree, which you'll be able to upgrade by finding different collectibles throughout the world of Legacy of the Dark Knight. For example, the Wayne Tech chips are the currency for upgrading gadgets. These you'll need to find throughout Gotham. Skill bricks you'll unlock from story missions, and these are for upgrading your traversal and combat skills. And then red bricks give you additional customization options. And speaking of customization, it's been confirmed that Batman himself has at least 100 different appearance and suit options. And all of these are inspired by appearances from comics, TV shows, games, movies, you name it. If you can think of a Batman skin, they've probably put it in this game. Yes, even the rainbow one.
Where are the other drugs going?
Apparently, the team at TT Games spent months absorbing as much Batman material as they possibly could, finding every Batman appearance, finding every bit of Batman media ever created so that they could then put it in this game. And that also goes the same for Batmobiles. From what we've heard, every Batmobile ever that Batman has ever driven in anything is going to be in this game. So that's everything from the original Batmobile from 1966 to the Tumbler from the Dark Knight movies to the 1989 Batmobile, to the Bat Bike, the Bat Pod. How about the Arkham Knight Batmobile? Yep, that's in there too. Every Batmobile ever, they're saying, is going to be in Legacy of the Dark Knight. That is wild. And not only this, all the playable characters in the game have their own vehicles. So I'm assuming, for example, just as Batman has the Batmobile, Robin has the Robinmobile. That's not a joke, that's for real. And it's probably going to be in this game. Now, vehicles, of course, you're going to use to get around the streets of the open world of Gotham. As far as I know, there are also some vehicle-based objectives and challenges. I think there are time trials and races. And based on some of the open world gameplay I've seen, the open world is fully traversable, fully explorable. Every street, every alley, every rooftop has something going on, some unique detail. The streets are alive with NPCs, pedestrians, villains, thugs, and also other vehicles. TT Games have developed a traffic system. Basically, you're going to be playing GTA at night in Gotham, and you're Batman.
I'm Batman.
Now, going back to customization and unlocks, Lego studs are what you'll collect throughout the world, just as in every Lego game, and these are generally used to buy different suits and vehicles. Apparently, you're able to come across shops throughout the city of Gotham that are run by the Bat Knight, and at these shops, you'll be able to buy kinds of things, including upgrades for the Batcave. The Batcave is your safe house in the game, and from what I've heard, is heavily customizable. So get ready to do some interior decorating. Now let's talk about some of the other characters and villains in the game. What would a Batman game be without the Joker?
I'm allergic to nuts.
And apparently you won't only come across the Joker himself, but also the character who becomes the Joker, so Jack Napier before he is the Joker. Other villains include Catwoman, Bane, who's voiced by Matt Berry.
Ah! Who put that there? I could have really hurt myself.
The Penguin will have multiple iterations based on different Batman media. For example, there'll be the Danny DeVito Penguin, and then also the Colin Farrell Penguin. There's also Poison Ivy, Ra's al Ghul, and then also the Riddler. Now, some of you, if you played the Arkham games, might have PTSD from the Riddler puzzles, and apparently some form of the Riddler puzzles from the Arkham games have made their way into this Lego game. But also there are going to be more puzzles left throughout the open world from other characters and other villains. Hopefully some of them aren't as challenging as the Riddler puzzles, because man, that wasn't always a fun time. Speaking of puzzles though, Batman has a detective ability where you'll press a button and he'll be able to detect what's around him, and this will reveal hints about how to solve the puzzle. For example, it might show something that Batman needs to destroy, just like everything. Now let's talk about some of the locations from Gotham in the new Lego Batman. Apparently the game starts out on Tri-Corner Island, which is where a lot of this gameplay you've been watching is from, and you'll make your way through the open world and up towards the north of Gotham as you progress through the game. Some of the confirmed locations in the game include Arkham Asylum, the Gotham Zoo, the Botanic Gardens, Wayne Tower, the Ace Chemicals Building, and the Gotham City Hospital. The game also has a transport system which connects the open world. There are trains that run around the islands of Gotham, not to mention the traffic, cars, and pedestrians all roaming the streets. This seems like the most comprehensive open world we've ever had in not only a Batman game, but potentially also a Lego game. And where Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga might have felt more like hub worlds and moving between the different hubs and different planets, Legacy of the Dark Knight will play out more like one giant connected open world and map. And one thing I was wondering, there's no confirmation of a day-night system. I'm assuming though it's just always nighttime, considering the Batman only really comes out at night.
What's he do at night, huh?
So I guess no one's getting their vitamin D from the sun. And as a heads up, there is no online or multiplayer for the new Batman. However, couch co-op is back once again, just like it is with every Lego game. And I'm assuming this will be split screen just as it was with the Skywalker Saga, as opposed to some of the awkward fixed camera angles of previous Lego games. It's also been confirmed there are no microtransactions in Legacy of the Dark Knight, so once you buy the game, you've bought it. But I think maybe down the line there could also be some DLCs for the game, just as they've done with a lot of other Lego games recently, so keep an eye out for those. It's also been confirmed that there are no non-Batman characters in the game. So, for example, Superman, The Flash, and other DC characters from the DC universe won't be making an appearance in Lego Batman. For the first time ever, I believe, in a Lego game, there are also difficulty options. From what I've seen, these won't affect your health or abilities in any way, but will just spawn more enemies and give you limited lives. One other thing I learned while watching interviews, in the open world, Batman can find a music store and go in and play the guitar as a little mini game, I believe, or maybe just as an animation. So maybe Batman and Robin are starting their own band. What do you think it should be called? How about the Bat Boys?
I'll make the bad guys fall.
There's also no confirmation yet if Mumble Mode is returning from the old LEGO games, and if this will return in the same way it did in the Skywalker Saga as an extra setting where if you put this on, characters would mumble instead of talk. I really hope it comes back. It's so classic to the LEGO games DNA, and I think would be a really fun feature if they were to include. That was me saying, I am vengeance. I am the Dark Knight. If you're considering buying any LEGO sets anytime soon, then consider checking out my Amazon link in the description. I've made a few lists down there of a bunch of my favorite LEGO sets that are available right now using my affiliate code. What are you most excited for in the new LEGO Batman? Let me know in the comments. Also, come follow me on Instagram, Twitter, join my Discord and TikTok, watch this video here, and don't forget to go check out my LEGO channel for more on the new LEGO Batman. And thanks for watching this. Always remember,
Stay bombastic.